3 reasons why you need to carry business auto insurance. Let's get into it. The first reason is real simple. Basically, it's not covered anywhere else. Your general liability policy specifically excludes it. And if you have a personal auto policy and you're using your vehicle for work, well, that's specifically excluded there too. What could be considered using it for work? Well, if you're carrying tools, if you have signage on the car, if you have the vehicle wrapped, if you're driving a ride-sharing program like Uber or Lyft, any type of business use can potentially be excluded at the time of a loss. Now that I think about it, making videos in your car too. Second reason that you need business auto insurance is called hired and non-owned auto. But to explain this, I think I need a field trip. So hired and non-owned auto coverage is a coverage that provides protection for your business in situations where you may have an employee using their own vehicle for a simple task. So to give you an example, you may have sent someone to the bank, you may have sent someone to the post office to get lunch, to get coffee. Hired and owned auto coverage could provide you liability coverage if they were to get involved in an auto accident on the way to do those tasks, because technically they were working, so you may be brought into the lawsuit. Now you said to me, Alex, I don't need business auto in order to get that. I have it on my general liability. Well, yes, but that falls under the just because you can doesn't mean you should column. I can get this as a skim decaf mocha, but I'm not going to get the same experience I would if I just had it the way it was intended to. Same thing with the general liability hired non-owned auto. When you have a loss, you'll be dealing with a general liability adjuster. And generally, it's written as an excess coverage on your general liability. So that means that you have it on top of the auto coverage of the employee. That means that you're dependent on that employee's insurance before your coverage starts to protect you. On business auto, it's primary coverage, and the people who you'll be dealing with have a lot of experience with these types of losses. So the experience will be smoother, cleaner, and quicker, and hopefully get resolved with the least amount of loss to you. So the number 3 reason that you need to have business auto liability has to do with a situation that most people think is covered under their general liability, and it's specifically excluded on their general liability, and that's loading and unloading. So you would think that once you got the car in place, you turned it off, took the keys, put them in your pocket, that the auto liability was done. But what you're doing next is you're opening up the trunk, you're taking a few boxes and delivering them to a customer. Now that could be, product, it could be Christmas baskets, it could be, a thank you gift that you're, giving to one of your referral partners. All of that is loading and unloading and specifically excluded on your general liability policy. So that means that while you're taking that product or that delivery, you're covered by your auto liability insurance the entire time until that product is delivered to its final destination. And that means from your car to your customer's location. Let me give you a quick example of pretty much how long that can be. So you see, while I was putting the boxes on the little hand cart, while I was walking around the parking lot, walking into the building, up the elevator, into the door, and literally until I put it down on the floor where it's delivered, that entire time, my business auto liability is the one that was providing coverage. not my general liability. Now, those are 3 reasons why you need to buy business auto insurance for your business. Keep in mind that not all insurance is created equal and not every situation is the same. So you need to spend some time with your independent insurance agent to discuss your specific needs and make sure that the coverage you want to have is the coverage you will have at the time of a loss. If you don't already have business auto coverage or you'd like to discuss your current coverage, feel free to call, chat, or email with us and we'd be glad to discuss your situation with you. Thank you.